All right, let's talk about a comeback story that pretty much nobody saw coming. Victoria's Secret. The brand just pulled off a massive turnaround that has absolutely grabbed Wall Street's attention. And today, we're going to break down how they did it. Okay, let's just start with the headline number here. In a single quarter, the company's sales jumped by $125 million compared to last year. That's a 9% increase. And for a retailer this huge, a jump like that in just 3 months, well, that's just wild. You've got to ask, right? A performance like that doesn't just happen by accident. It completely shattered what everyone was expecting, and it signals a huge shift for a brand that, let's be honest, a lot of people had already written off. So how in the world did they pull this off? So first up, a truly stunning comeback story. And to really get how big of a deal this is, you have to look past just that top-line sales number. The company didn't just squeak by and meet its goals, it completely blew its own forecasts out of the water. Okay, so check out the difference between what they thought would happen and what actually happened. They told Wall Street, hey, we're probably going to lose up to $55 million. Instead, they broke even. They were bracing for a loss of up to 75 cents a share. The reality, a loss of just 27 cents. This isn't just a little beat. This is a totally different financial universe than what they were predicting just a few months ago.
Let's move on to part 2. Inside the turnaround strategy. So you're probably thinking, was this just a fluke, a lucky quarter? Nope, not even close. This was the result of a very deliberate plan that the company calls its path to potential.
And you don't have to take my word for it. The CEO, Hillary Super, came right out and said it. She directly pointed to their core strategy as the engine behind these results. Basically, she's saying, this wasn't an accident. This is proof our plan is working. So what is this master plan? Well, it's really built on 4 main pillars. First, they got back to basics, focusing on their core intimates business, and it worked. They actually clawed back over 1% of the entire U.S. market share from their rivals. Second, they started winning back shoppers. Third, that big, splashy fashion show relaunch, yeah, that wasn't just for show, it drove real sales. And finally, they looked beyond the U.S. and went all in on global expansion. And if you want to see just how important that global push was, look no further. I mean, 9% overall growth is fantastic, right? But a 34% explosion in international sales, that's almost 4 times faster. It tells you exactly where the rocket fuel for this comeback is coming from. And here's the kicker. This might just be the most important part of the whole story. They're not just getting more customers, they're getting the right customers. A huge goal of their rebrand was to bring in a younger crowd. And the data shows it's working. The growth is coming from that crucial 18 to 24-year-old group they were targeting. Okay, part 3, why investors are bullish. So the company's doing great, but how is Wall Street reacting to all this? Let's just say the market has definitely taken notice. Now, to understand why investors are getting so excited, we need to quickly cover a key technical term, the moving average. Don't worry, it's super simple. It's just the average price of a stock over a set period, like 50 or 200 days. It basically smooths out all the crazy day-to-day noise and shows you the real trend underneath. So why does that matter? Because right now, Victoria's Secret stock is trading above all its key moving averages. For traders, this is like a big, flashing green light. It's a classic, textbook signal of a really strong and sustained uptrend. It's the market basically saying, yeah, we think this rally is the real deal. And it's not just what the charts are saying. You can feel the shift in the human sentiment, too. Just a few months ago, management sounded kind of cautiously optimistic. Analysts were curious but still skeptical. And now, management is speaking with assertive confidence, and those same analysts have gone from curious to convinced. So on to our final section, the road ahead with its targets and its risks. The results are strong, the feeling is positive, so what could the future actually look like? And, more importantly, what could go wrong? For the people who are bullish on the stock, the path forward seems pretty clear. First up, the stock needs to retest that 52-week high, which is sitting right around that $50 mark. If the momentum can push it through that level, well, then a move up towards $60 or even higher starts to look very, very possible. But of course, it's never a straight line up, is it? There are definitely some roadblocks to watch out for. Some technical signals suggest the stock might be a little overbought, meaning it's gone up very fast and could be due for a short-term pullback. And then you have the big picture stuff. What if overall consumer spending slows down? And don't forget, they're expecting to take a $90 million hit from tariffs. That's a real money. And that really is what it all boils down to. Victoria's Secret has proven its strategy can deliver one phenomenal knockout quarter. But the big question now, the billion-dollar question, is can they turn a comeback quarter into a full-blown comeback era, especially with an uncertain economy and some real headwinds? That's what everyone on Wall Street will be watching for next.